Hi, my name is the Conjurer of No, and I'm going to do a little tutorial today about live looping. So I've got two Electribes here, so some of the stuff is going to only pertain if you have two Electribes. I'll try and cover a lot of stuff where you can, if you just have one Electribe, you can, use this technique on just the one. So let's get into it. I have a pattern here on both of them that I've created. So right now it's just drums on both, and on this row and this row of patterns, there's some bass lines and lead sounds. I've got a shaker. So I'm gonna sort of just play a song and explain how I do live looping. There's a lot more than meets the eye on the Electribe. You'd think maybe I can change the filter, I can change, maybe the edit knob, but you can really change any parameter on the fly. Some are higher risk, so if you're going to change the type of waveform by changing the sample knob or oscillator knob on the Electribe, that's high risk, high reward. So unless you know what you're changing to, you can't just jump to a specific waveform or sample. Unless you know what you're changing to and how it's going to sound, it's a little bit riskier in a live situation if you're recording or doing a show. Same with the insert effects or the modulation. It's going to be a bit of a higher risk. Or even changing the filter type on the regular Electribe. There's multiple filter types. If you press the filter knob, the filter button, it's just going to turn on and off the filter on the Electribe sampler. So here's my song. Okay. So an example of live looping is, creating a pattern and manipulating it on the fly. So here's what the filter change sounds like. And I'm going to change the resonance and envelope generator as well. Give it that tweet sound. And then try and find the resonance peaks. Like that. And then since it's a pulse wave, I can change the oscillator edit knob. I can also change, since I have an envelope here, I can change the decay and attack. Sounds like UK Garage. So once you're familiar with sort of how the filter behaves, you can make a lot of different sounds just by intuition. Another great thing to try is, when you've got a sound like a shaker, I'm gonna solo that. You can change the sequence, add some notes, so it's full of quarter notes or 16th notes rather, and then you can just sort of edit on the fly. And you can mute and unmute, which is the most obvious example of live looping. So as you notice, you can't record the motion of you muting and unmuting. What you have to do is go in and press the keys to change the sequence. Okay, so another example of a live looping technique is um, when I have a sound that's like a big lead. So I may not necessarily like this sound when I bring it in. So I'm going to change the attack and decay. So it's like a clicking percussive sound. And I like the pattern. I'm maybe going to add one on a note on the first. And see if we can increase the volume. There we go. So now we have something completely different, and you can always bring back you just can make it whatever you want. That's the idea of the beauty of the live looping on the Electribe is you can just create something on the fly that sounds good. And then we'll make that a polyrhythm. It already is. Okay. It already is. So you can see how those two patterns sound. Sounds like a pretty good techno song, if you ask me. So what would I do? What would I do with just one Electribe? So that's just this one Electribe playing. You can use the step jump button. So that can be fun for little breaks. If you have another Electribe and you've got them connected with MIDI, it's not gonna do the step jumping on the other Electribe. So then when you go back to resuming after you let go of the step jump button on step jump mode, it's going to be out of sync. It's hard to hear, but it's out of sync. So what you do is you just make a musical pause. So it's always, sometimes appropriate to add a silence in your music. So my trick when they're out of sequence because you used step jump mode is just to make a little pause, and then when you hit play again, they're back in sync. So that's good for live looping. If I think of anything else for live looping, I will definitely let you know. More videos coming up soon. I definitely have some ideas in a little notebook I have. And so my name is The Conjurer of No. If you like my videos, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to leave a comment. Thank you. Bye.